Hey y'all, welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and today we're going to talk about all of the series that I'm currently in the middle of. Now I have 38 series to talk to you all about. This is not going to include any duologies because I'm talking about books that have 3 or more in the series, and I'm probably just at book 1 or 2. Now, I have come on here and told you all time and time again that I have realized I am a series girl. I have also realized I will start series and not finish them. In 2026, we are correcting that. Now, last year, I read 8 series that I finished. And so I want to say that kudos to me for doing that. But I have 38 physical series, and then I have an additional 8 digital series that I have not finished. So it is confession time. Let's get into the physicals and play a little game. I'm going to see if I actually know the real title of that series or I'm just making things up. So you will see a counter on the top of somewhere in here that lets you know, did I get it right or get it wrong? Sorry, editing me, that you have to keep count. But I'm going to go through, talk about each series, let you know kind of where I am, hopefully speed through this before I get to the digital series. So first book I'm going to start off with is I am in the Destiny series. I have finished book 1 and book 2. This is Destiny's Embrace by Beverly Jenkins. So I have loved the 2 that I have read, and I have 1 more left. It is a trilogy. That last one I should be reading this year, and I'll be finished with this particular series. So let's keep me accountable because Beverly Jenkins literally doesn't miss, and there's no reason I should be dragging this series along. So this next series I started in 2025. I read almost all of the series, binged it last year, and I've just got 1 more to read. That is going to be the Zoo Boy series. I have read books 1 through 5. I've got 1 more, which I just got today in the mail, which is Chevy's Promise. So I'm going to knock that out this year for sure. The next series is going to be with Brienne Dene. This one is the bind up. This is the Friends with Benefits. Now, I do not think that that's what the title of this book is, this series is called. This series, I believe, is the Erotic Love Language series. This, again, is by Brienne Dene. It talks about all of the love languages. So I believe that there is 6 books, 5 of the love languages, and then 1 extra novella, which is centering the holidays. I have only read book 1 in this series, which I think is Words of Affirmation. Next, I have right here Snow King Catches a Snowflake. This is by A.E. Valdez. This is, I believe, the 3 Kings series. Now, I have read book 1. I own book 2, and I'm on my way to getting a version or a copy of book 3. But this one is the shortest in the series. After that, they completely explode in the series, which is probably why I have only read book 1. But I'm fixing that this year. I will be reading book 2 and probably rolling right into book 3. Because one thing about A.E. Valdez, her series slaps, and the men got money and want to love on a woman. I have read 2 books in this series. This is the Lily series. So this is following a female rock band. There's only 2 books out. So technically I am current in this series. I don't know when Zio Axelrod is going to write more in the series. We already have like a precursor to who gets the next book. We're just waiting for it to drop. So I'm very proud of myself because I read this as they were coming out, but now I am waiting with bated breath. This one is Girls with Bad Reputations. This is book 2. I have book 1. It's just hard to get to. The next one is Naima Simone. Now, this is Burned Ink. Very similar to the one I just mentioned. I am caught up on this series. I've read book 1 and book 2. This one is Ravaged. It is book 2. It's a sports romance. It's my favorite in the series. However, I don't know if Naima Simone actually plans on finishing this series. Like, this book has been out since, let's look. This was first written in 2022. It is now 2026. I have a feeling that she abandoned this series and we're never going to get the 3rd book. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop hoping and wishing. So, Naima Simone, sis, if you could just do us one good solid favor and write book 3 For me, I don't know who else is waiting, but I'm waiting. Please let it be known. I will read it. Now, speaking of Naima Simone, she just started a new series, which is a Disney-inspired series. This one is The Huntsman. Now, this is a Snow White and the Huntsman retelling. I think that this one is called, the series is called Something Kingdom. Don't know what it is. This is the first one that I'm a little unsure about what the series name is, but what I am not unclear about is whether I will be continuing on, because the next book in this series is Cinderella inspired. Now, the next book that I'm reading is No Fairy Tale. That is going to be, I have read Soul Crush, which is book 1 in the Soul series. Now, I own this entire series by Gabriella G. This is her debut series, and I loved it. I was so engrossed with this series that I had to take a break because I loved it a little too much. And so I will be finishing up this series this year because I've just got to know how it goes. This one is heavy, but it's so worth it. And I can tell the emotional journey that we're going on with our characters. So we'll be continuing on with this series. All of the series I'm talking about today, I'm going to continue on. I have decided not to add in this video any series that I have DNF'd or completed. Like I told you, I finished 9 of them or 8 of them in 2026. I'm not going to talk about them here, but there are definitely some series that I was like, yeah, we won't be doing this. This is where we get off the train and go our separate ways. So those won't be in this video, but if you want a video like that, let me know. Put it in the comments. I'll be happy to do it. I will continue on with the, what is the series called? This is going to be Beast of Gadamura. That's what the series is called. This one is Darksea Omega. It's book 1. These are kind of apocalyptic. I don't know if all of them are going to be apocalyptic or but this is a fantasy romance where each one of them, this is kind of like an Omegaverse series, and each one of the kingdoms you have a alpha, and in the alpha they find their omega, and the omegas are very coveted and remain hidden. So again, I have been enjoying this. We don't know when Elizabeth Steven is going to give our next one. She's got her hands in a lot of pots, but I'm hoping she comes back to this one because I've got to know more. I said I wasn't doing duologies. In the way that my brain works, yes, this is technically a duology, but there is a third, which is a spin-off, and I consider it a series. That's going to be I want to say like Reb. I don't think it's called a Kingmaker. It's like maybe it's the Kingmaker series. We'll just say that. This is Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. There is the Rebel King, and then the third one is Queen Move. So maybe it is, I'm just going to say Kingmaker, like I said. I've read book 1. It has been years at this point since I've read it, but I am committed to picking it up because honestly this one just didn't do it for me, but I know I need to finish it so I can get to that spinoff. I also need to pick up, this is the Nashville Neighbor series. This is book 2, which is Pool Boy. I believe there's like 5 or 6 of them out now. I do need to go back and read The Doctor. It was an age gap. My ex-boyfriend's father's, I just wasn't in the time for that. I'm an older woman, younger man type of girly, so I immediately devoured this one. But there's some of them in this Nashville Neighbor series that I'm trying to like skip around. I'm gonna find my way through the entire series at some point, just at my leisurely pace. Now, one series that is utterly slept on by everyone but me, I'm just taking my time to get through it because the first one was a doozy. The first one is thick. But once you pop, the fun don't stop. This is the Courageous Love series by Therese M. Clarke. This is the first one, which is known as Heartbeat. It is a romantic suspense, small town Colorado romance that is just absolutely perfection. This is movie made ready. Like if Netflix, Hulu, Prime, anybody wanted to know like what is the book that we need to see on the big screen or the small screen rather, us romance girlies will devour this. Now, what also could be ready-made TV, but I don't think the girls are ready. It's going to be the Soul Ties series by Miss Candace. I would love to see this on like Starz, HBO Max, something where the adults get to see what adults do and understand that Some things are questionable. This is going to question your morals, your values, but will you enjoy it? Yes, you will. Nori and Love. I don't know what this series is actually called. I only know the first book is Money, Power, Sex. I want to say that maybe what the series is called altogether. Neither here nor there. What I want you to know is this series, book 1 grabbed me, hemmed me up. And I was trying to figure out where is book 2. And I realized there's actually a ton of books in here. Like, this is a older series. I think at this point it's about to be 10 years old. And for that, I need Norian to hear me. I'm going to probably have to DM him and like, hey, let's talk about special editions. Let's talk about the resurgence of what this series is going to be. Because Lucas, he deserves better. I'm ready to see what everybody else has got going on. Gibson, let me know what's up. I now own the entire series in digital format, and it's about damn time. This is the Falling Like a Johnson series. I read this one last year and loved it. I had not heard of a premise, anything similar to like this. Is so very unique. I will say that after that, I wind up like scavenging the internet to find something similar, and I found something similar, just not quite. That was good as well. But again, this is the first time I had read something so unique. And this is, like I said, the Falling Like a Johnson series by Rosie Adam. I don't expect the rest of the series to be this as emotionally gripping. So I'm glad that I don't have to go through emotional turmoil time and time again. But if Rosie decides that she wants to do that with this series, I'm okay, because I will be continuing on to see more. This next one, I'm going to technically say I'm caught up because there's only one book in the series. However, we do know we're getting a book 2, hopefully in 2026. That is going to be the Haplessly in Love series by Evelyn Lay. This one is elevator pitch supreme. If you like a cozy, soft, but romantic romance that has spice, but it's spice in a way in which that it's a pleasure dom just seeking to be in the space and aura of this woman that has captivated him, look no further. I know the second one is going to come out this year. I'm putting that into the universe. I am on Evelyn's ARC team. I'm in her Discord chat. So once the buzz is ready, once she's like, okay, release it, I'm coming. One of my absolute favorite series, which I am caught up on. I've read every single book in the series, and as she releases them, I'm also on her ARC team. As she releases them, she could spray a clip on me and I'd be like, yeah, give me more. That is going to be King of Glory Bill. When I tell you this series right here, this is really going to bother me. Just know the first one in the series is Bad Guy, and she typically will give this one away for free. But let me tell you, free doesn't mean it's bad. Free just means I'm going to hook you. That is the bait that I'm going to get you in. I'm going to reel you in, and then you'll be on the line forever, because that's me. I wish I could tell you what this series is. It's dark something. It's going to upset me, because I think my tally is still good enough where my ratio isn't bad. I just should know what this is called. Okay. This is where things are going to get fuzzy, because the next series that I have is going to be by Aisha Bree. I believe that this is the King series. And the reason why I say that, this is King's Distraction, which is book 1. This is Zeno's romance. The one thing I love about this series is each one of the siblings has their own resort. And so he has a wine resort, and then his sisters and brothers have different resorts. I read this one in preparation for Black Romance Book Festival, and I was like, oh yeah, lock me in. I'm going to be reading much more of this. I own the entire series, and they all have cute covers like this. It's time. It's time to continue with this one. One series that I can happily say I am caught up, and I will never, and I mean never, miss a beat on, is going to be the New Haven series. This is by J.L. Seegers. I am a true stan. When I first read Restore Me, it wasn't traditionally published. It wasn't as well loved and well hyped as it is now. And I couldn't be a prouder auntie. I could not be a prouder supporter of J.L. Seegers. Like, the heights at which she is reaching is well deserved, first and foremost. I want her to get every single flower, every single rose, every single thing that she deserves. And I want her to protect her peace. And I want her to know she did her big one with the New Haven series, and then turned around and given us more. The way in which she wrote so many books at such a rapid time, and the quality was never missing. If you have not read a series, if you go through this entire series vlog with me and you're like, oh, okay, well, what's this, don't worry about it. If you need to know what to read, this is what you should read. Now, this next one actually goes right along with it. These two are BFFs, and we will be getting the second one in the series this year. This is Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. Now, what this series is called, couldn't tell you. Even if I read it on the book, I still wouldn't be able to tell you, because all I hear and all I see when I think of this series, The Best Time of My Life on a Yacht with Rome Martin. I think Natasha could tell us this series and repeat it 50 times. And I'm not going to tell you what the series is called, because all I want to hear is about Rome Martin. But just know, The Art of Loving You comes out in April. We'll be following up. We'll be reading. We'll be loving, living, laughing. We'll be continuing. This one is book 2 in Monica Walter series. What this is called, can't tell you. I'm going to make something up and say like Ride 'em Ranchers. I honestly don't know, because the first one in the series, it was a cowboy romance. This one is known, it's Breaking Barriers to Your Heart. One, I knew that this cover, I couldn't find it anywhere else. Like, I have scoured and looked everywhere else, and she had this one at her table, and I was like, yeah, I need it immediately. Please give it to me. But outside of that, don't really know much other than I'm roped in and ready to go. Ride 'em Cowboy. Very similar to Naima Simone's series that I talked about, Burn Ink, earlier. I honestly don't know if we're ever going to get the third book. Like, Lady Marie has been edging us so tough with us getting Kindle's book. That is the third Sisters in the Sisters and Serendipity's book. Now, this one is book 1. This one is worth it, and it's absolutely worth it. I'm telling you, read this book. Thank me later. I love the Sisters in Serendipity. Book 1 was good. Book 2 was fantastic. Book 3 is what we're waiting on. We're waiting on seeing what the oldest sister has to say for herself. Like, I have a feeling that it's an arc redemption, and I'm slightly here for it. But I know, I think about it routinely at this point. Like, I want to know what's going on in Maldives. I know we're going on a trip, and this husband and this wife are going to be there, and they're going to work through their marriage and their relationship. And either they're going to stay together or they're going to go on their separate ways and just be cool. But I have to know. So if anyone knows Lady Marie personally, please knock on her door and be like, hey, the girls are looking for you. Because I am the girls and I'm looking for her. But I don't want to jump into her DM, because I know artists are sensitive about their stuff, and she may just tell us, just because you asked, Lisa, you're gonna have to wait for another 2 years. And I will gladly do it. Just let me know what's coming. We talked about waiting 2 years, and I'm pretty sure the women that, and men and just thems that have read this series and have been waiting, and I am just now getting to the waits, and I'm at the back of the queue, but I'm screaming very loud for her to hear us. That's going to be knowing that we're waiting on the third and final book in the Three Kings series. Now, I know I just said the Three Kings series was by A.E. Valdez, but I know for sure that this is also called the Three Kings series. This is book 1. This is Lilith. Last year, I read Lilith and Memphis. Memphis was supreme, exquisite, loved it down. This is a dark romance series by Alexandria House, who is one of my favorite authors. And when you tell me her and dark romance go together, I'm going to tell you, so does peanut butter and jelly. Like, it just makes sense to me. However, what's not making sense is, where is Umber's book? Again, I'm not here to rush anybody. Not here to tell you how to do your job, because one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Alexandria House knows how to do her job. She knows how to write. I'm just asking for all of us who have been listening to the audiobooks with Wesley Siobhan, and we're saying, hey, you got us. Can you please put us out of our misery? We just want to know what Umber's up to in the woods. Thank you. Now, one person who did not make us wait, and she said, hey, I'm going to give you everything and so much more, to the point in which you're going to be sick of me and we could never. T.M. Richardson. I am at the third and final book within this series. All I've got is that one last one left, but you can't get to that one without coming here. This is The Oath. This is the first in the Secret series, and this is rated adult only. This is rating mature audiences only, and I don't even think I'm grown enough, and I'm in my mid-30s. Like, I don't think that I am prepared for the goings-ons that are going on in this series, but let me let you know, I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss a beat. I'm going to get and finish this series this year, and when I do, you won't be able to tell me anything. Just want to say it. Now, while I'm talking to you about being adult, I do still read young adult and middle grade. So, B.B. Austin is never going to go missed in this house. B.B. Austin has a way to keep me in the middle grade space for a lifetime to come. This is the Amari series, and I don't think that that's what it's actually called, but I'm going to go with it because you've got Amari and the Knight Brothers, Amari and the Great Game, Amari and the Despicable Wonders, and we have a book 4 that is coming out this year. And so I have read book 1 and book 2. Book 3 is on my shelf, has been sitting there for quite some time, and I believe book 4 comes out in April. So we'll be prioritizing that this year, and we'll be continuing on because I need to know what my little cousins are doing. I need to make sure that they are safe. Like I said, I still read young adult, middle grade, Blood Debts. Now, this is technically, I want to say it's young adult. It's feeling very new adult. Not because it's racy, but because these young people, they up to a lot. Parent supervision where? What's going on? I feel like they're either in the late parts of high school, they may be going into college, but one thing they are getting into is a ruckus down in New Orleans. They are causing a scene. This is Blood Debts. This is book 1. I do also have book 2. Y'all, Terry J. Benton knew what he was doing. He captivated us so severely. And I just realized there is another young adult series that I need to talk about in this book, but I think it's probably one of my digital books that I'll talk about. But this one here, if you have not read it and you are a fan of paranormal, you're a fan of magic, you are a fan of seeing black boys and black girls have their time to shine and them being able to get the agency over their power, and you're a queer fan, pick it up. Now, if you knew I was talking about paranormal and if I was talking about young adults, y'all knew this was coming, right? The Legend Board series. This is a 5-part series. I am completely caught up. Haven't missed a beat with Tracy. Will not be missing a beat because Bree and me, wherever she's going, I'm going. I'm writing. I am her, what are they called? Anyway, we locked in. Whatever her mate, she's the mage and sire bond, whatever that is, me and Bree is that. So I have one stack left of physical books before I get into my digital ones. This one is by Sherelle Green. This one is the Naughty Season series. I own this entire series. I've read 2 of the 5 or 6 books. This one are all centered around steamy holidays. So not your normal typical Valentine's Day and Christmas and Thanksgiving. No. These are spicy time series. So think National Eater Day. Think 69 for the one time day. Like, that's what this is about. And Sherelle Green knows. She knows how to captivate an audience. We'll be continuing on because I own this entire series, so I'm going to be reading it regardless. Mendel Hawk series by Deanna Gray. I have all 3. The 3rd one just came out. I've read 2 out of the 3, and I will be continuing on because I am in my hockey season era, and I've got to know what's going on with Safety Net. So again, 2 out of the 3, but the 3rd one will be read this year. This one, I don't really know what Danielle Allen is calling this. The first book is Curvy Girl Summer. The second one is so I'm gonna say nothing because I don't know. I am reading the Villainous Thing series by C. Rochelle. This one is the 3rd in the series. This is Putting Out for a Hero. This is a queer superheroes and villains series. I've only read book 1. While I own book 3, have not read it. Will I continue on? Yes. I had to stop because I tried to listen to book 2 in the series via audiobook, and I just could not get down with the audio narrator doing this accent. It just really bothered me, but I will be picking it back up. So that one, Villainous Things. The Formanti family series, I have books 2, 3, and 4. I do not own book 1, and I am very sad to say, because I think that this one I am predicting and I am putting it into the universe. I think this one is going to get traditionally published, and if it does, this probably will get new covers and I won't have book 1. But I did read book 1. This is book 2. This is all featuring a family who owns a winery, and really enjoyed this. Mia Heiselman writes these like cute, cozy, with a dash of like realistic efforts sprinkled in to kind of balance out that light with some of the heavy topics. But I really did enjoy this. We'll be continuing on. Y'all are probably tired of hearing me saying that. This one is a sapphic series. I have all 3. This is Ashley Heron Blank. This is actually the last one, the one that I need to finish. This one, I don't know what this series is called. But this one's Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. I read the first 2, really enjoyed this one. I took this one off because I wanted to savor me reading it, because I really needed to challenge myself to read sapphic, but it's time to finish it. It's time to get this one off the list. Again, don't know what the series is called, but do know that I have been enjoying it. At this point, my ticker is probably off the charts of me not knowing at this point. Like I said, we're going off the rails now. This one is Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. I want to say that this is like a booed up bakery. Don't know what the name of this is. This one was okay, but I am more interested in book 2, which I will be seeing this author next month at a local event. So I do think that I will be continuing on with this series and reading book 2. This one is going to be a win for me because this series technically does not have a title. It is untitled, but I have read book 1 and book 2. This one is Beautiful Broken Love, and the next one is Sweet Little Hearts. This is by Shanora Williams. This series, again, does not have a title, but doesn't need one when it's this doggone good. These are stories about grief, about finding love after loss. This is really heartwarming and heart-wrenching stories, but y'all, this one right here tore me to bits, and I would read it again and again and again just to feel what Shanora is doing in this series. I have Bride. This is the Bride series by Ali Hazelwood. This one is a paranormal shifter romance. I have book 1 and book 2. The second one is Mate. I will be continuing on with this series because I am in a paranormal shifter romance kind of season. I thought that this was called the Sinful series. This is book 6. This is like a 9-book series at this point. I've only read book 1. And why am I holding up book 6? Because technically in my mind, this couple would have been second. But Asia Monique is holding, like, she is edging us. And so I'm really dying to get to this one, but I'm going to read them in order. I think I would call this the Sinful series, but I know that it's not. That's where she tricks you. This is the Mafia Misfits series. And go me for actually knowing that. And then the last and final physical book that I have is the Las Vegas Rambler series. This is Defensive Stand by Keisha Thompson. This is my favorite in the series. This is book 1. And while book 2 and book 3 is good, nothing is touching Defensive Stands. This one bar none, one of my favorite sports romances that I have read in a very long time. Don't know if she's going to, actually I do believe she's going to have at least one more book in this series, but it's probably going to be 2, and I will be reading those as well. Don't know when they're coming out, just know I'll be reading it. Now, that is what I talked about as far as books that I own in the series that I'm in the middle of. However, but I have 8 more to talk about. I'm going to start with Lauren Lacey. I'm currently in the reading book 2 in the Playing for Keeps series. The first one was a football romance. The second one is a basketball romance. This, very much like Shanora Williams, they go in kind of the same things. The first book is pink. The second book is purple. And they both have truly heavy topics. Playing for Keeps seems very cute, seems very cozy, but let me let you know it is some very, very, very heavy topics. But there's something about these boom men that just like pieces and keeps the woman standing straight. Like, she is in good hands if she is dating a boom. And let me tell you, Playing for Keeps series is the one you should read if you're into sports romance and also something very emotional. I will say, I think the Natasha Bishop books are called Forever Falling. That's what it is. Figured that out. It's not gonna count. I am in the middle of Doggone Delightful, which is one of Farrah Roshan's contemporary romances centering like dogs. So I've read 2. I believe there is a third one. It has not come out yet, but when it does, I will be reading that to wrap up that series. As I mentioned earlier, Kenya Gori Bell has the Mogul series. I've only read one of these books. Charity Shanae has 180. I have read one of 180. I do need to read 182 and possibly the spinoff. I also am in the middle of Drea Wells. She has Smooth Pack. I think this one has 2 books. It's a duet and it has a spinoff. So we'll be continuing on there. Fort Bender series by Lina James. Y'all, this series is fantastic. I've read 2 out of the 3. I skipped over the first one, but I am going to go back and read this one. This is a small town romance, has a lot of friends to lovers vibes, has a lot of like coziness with a touch of difficult topics, specifically speaking about family. So this series is very good for those cozy readers that love just a wholesome romance. And then lastly, if you're not looking for something cozy and you want something uber spicy, you want something that really gets the mind and juices flowing, I'm going to tell you to read India Carter, the Danger series. Y'all, I do not have this one physically because it's literally impossible to get your hands on. The books went on sale and I want to say like in 2 minutes, they were gone. I didn't even stand a chance. Didn't even try because the way that my luck was working, I knew I was never going to get one of the books. But let me find a day where I can get my hands on them, baby. You're never going to be able to tell me nothing. I'm going to be a menace. That being said, these are all of the books and all of the series that I am in the middle of. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Tell me what series you think I should finish. Tell me that in the chat. Like, which is the book that you're like, hey, stop playing around. Just finish it. Just bang it out. You'll be grateful. Or tell me a book that you're like, the series is too long. I decided to give up and DNF. If you don't want to do any of that, leave me a basketball emoji for the Las Vegas Ramblers. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.